Hi everyone, this is Subnet Zero and welcome to my channel. So today we will be focusing upon IP addresses, okay? But before we proceed and do some, deep dive into what IP addresses, let's do a bit of recap what we did yesterday, okay? In the previous video. So, how packets travel via multiple routers, okay? So, let's say the originating computer sends a packet. The packet does not necessarily go through the straight line, like, does not go through router A and to the end destination, because if there is any failure, if there are any issues, then it can go through alternate paths as well. For example, like this packet can go to take router B, and from router B to router C, from router C to end destination. Similarly, if there is some failure in this path, then the same packet will take router D to router E, and router E to end destination. Okay, so this is what makes this is what gives like a plenty of fault tolerance, and plenty of flexibility and load bearing capabilities. Okay, so yeah, now that we have covered this, let's focus on this packet. You see this packet over here, this one and round, or this one like an envelope you see over here. Now let's focus on the packet alone. Okay, so how does a router know what correct destination it is supposed to be sent to? Okay, so it refers to the IP address. Now, what is the IP address? IP address is Internet Protocol Address. So think of this way: uh, any device which is connected with the internet has has an IP address. Okay. Similarly, like for example, let's go to the post office analogy. If you're sending a letter to your friend, okay, so the building that you live in has some kind of address, right? Like 123 Main Street, uh, I don't know, D Road. So that kind of address it has, right? Similarly, the person you're sending the envelope to also has an address. It can be like 456, I don't know, 456 Main Street, Main Road. Yeah. So the IP address, remember, just to make it simple, when you see an IP address, it means your home address, like a home address. Somebody else's IP address, somebody else's home address. Okay, simple as that. So the router uses this IP address as a way to ensure it's forwarded it to the correct destination. Okay. Now a little bit on the deep dive into what an IP address looks like. Okay. Remember, this entire channel is for extreme beginners, so I'm simplifying it to extreme building blocks as possible. Okay, so yeah, so for all of you, how IP address format is simple: number dot number dot number dot number. Okay, so it's like number dot number dot number dot number, four numbers and then three dots in between. Okay, it can be any number. It can be like 8888. It can be 192.168.1 dot I don't know, 56. It can be 101.166, I don't know, dot 0.25. Okay, 23 for example. Okay, these are examples of what IP address looks like. So let's say if the destination IP address is 8.8.8.8, originating IP address, that is the destination to where you want this packet to go to. And originating address will be, let's say, 192.168.1.1. Okay, so this 192.168.1.1 is your address, and the destination is 8.8.8.8. So this information over here, this is how the routers will know which correct destination to forward it to. So now that we have completed what the concept of IP address, again, I'm not going in deep as to the binary or how IP address formed, any of that I'm not, because first I want to explain the architecture behind the networking, and then slowly, one by one, deep dive into it, but not now, later on. But I promise you I will. Okay, for those of you who are curious. Anyway, so now that we have completed what the IP address just as a concept is, now let's dig in deeper of private versus public versus private IP address. Now, how does this work? Okay, so let's say, okay, so let's say if let's look at this diagram. Okay, this is a laptop, this is a printer, and this is your mobile. Okay, this one has the IP address of 192.168.1.24. This one has 192.168.1.25, and this one same 192.168.1.26. Okay, these are private IP address, which means they will all reside within. Sorry, let me make this pink. They will all reside within your home network. Okay, so just think of it this way. Let's say if you want to send that as we discussed over here. Sorry, as we discussed over here, you want to send this to your friend Alan, for example, who lives in 123 Main Street Road, for example. Okay, so the post office is not going to the router, the post office is not going to send it to your friend Alan directly, right? It's going to send it first to his house. So imagine this as Alan's house. Okay, and let's say this laptop has Alan number one as member one, then this printer as, I don't know, Alan's mom as member two, and this mobile phone as member three, Alan's dad, for example. Okay, and they all live in this one house. Okay, so these are private IP address, and these are like restricted within this circle house that you see. That is the circle, that is the network. Okay, now here comes the fun part. To the internet, this is now, as I mentioned, yeah, it all goes through the router. Let me just make the diagram over here. Router, this goes to the router, and the router to the internet. Okay, now here comes the fun part. How does the internet see your house? Okay, this is, I'm making an eye. According to the internet, how will they be seeing, how the internet will be looking at your network? It's not going to see 192.168.1.24, right? I mean, it's not going to see Alan individually, it's going to see the whole house. So the whole house, let's say it's the IP address is one, I don't know, 49.58.84.91.1012, okay, for example. So the internet will be seeing this address as this whole unit. This whole unit will be seen as 49.84.92.12. Okay, so this, the entire house, it's called public IP address, and the members inside it are private IP address. Okay, I hope this information is useful, and this will come a lot in the later on, so it's very crucial that you understand the concepts behind it. Okay, in the next video we will be covering IPv4, IPv6, static and dynamic, and how is it in reference to this. Okay, so please click to the next video for further continuation of this topic, and I hope it was easy to understand, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.